Welcome to our first semifinal of the day in this Blast TV Austin Major South America Qualifier. Sharks taking on Bestia. Of course, this is Bestia's map pick of Mirage, as we have Koala with the dualies tucked away here under Balky, and he's the only A defender, and here comes the A hit.
This is kind of hard, man. Smokes, Molly's, Koala is fully covered. They know what the X factor is, and they're going to take him out immediately. A great headshot from Cassin. With Sharks between hell and high water. One man in CT of Nyx, and I don't think he's going to fight much for this. Instead, they're going to take the fight to him. Not a lot of utility left for them to get back in either, so it's not like they can flash these players off of their CT angles. Instead, they've got to fight it head on. Nothing seems to be going their way. Couple of bullets rack into the heads of Sharks. As the dust settles, it is Bestia completely demolishing them.
Yep, just a simple A execute, double smokes, run on out. As now, everyone's going over towards this middle and B side. Oh, it's the four-man B, so they're gambling a little bit here. Bomb is on its way over there as well, and was that a missed window smoke?
I think so. And a flash that went just a little too far. Well,
still not exactly fun. And now they're going for the A split, but it's not even the split. They're just walking up con. There's nobody there. Scout gets the spot and the tag. And can he get any more? He spots them all coming up. They are stacked up here, and there's a big headshot from Koala. The dink allows for the easy kill, and it's Doc, and everything's falling apart here for Bestia. They get a clean round. Sharks reset the money after the pistol with a clean 5 alive round number 2.
Doesn't say the same for Bestia. This time, they hit the window smoke, so it's a step in the right direction. And Noxie will get out mid. All in the meanwhile, it looks like Bestia have intentions on trying to get out ramp. Look at this re-clear from Sharks so fast. Such a crucial part of the map, obviously, for Mirage. But dealing with Noxie is a big deal, which Nyx does with relative ease. AK up there if he wants to get it later on in the round. There goes Luchov and Toma. Bomb still coming back into A, but not for long. Cassin dropped before he can even get into the room of ramp. And Timo left with a 1v5 on his plate, a nice headshot onto Koala, but that's pretty much all she wrote. At this point, you might be having a very long-winded save mission. However, that nade confirms the Sharks know where you are.
Yeah, any hesitation, any thought that the Sharks might not be at their best coming into this one after the loss to Imperial yesterday has been quickly wiped away. They are very much ready to go, and Bestia don't look like they have a whole lot even to fight back with. Everyone's dying like 1-1-1 across the whole map. As Timo fakes running away. I'm not sure if he was actually spotted there by that shoulder peek. It doesn't look like it. Now he is for sure. As info gathered from the Sharks' point of view.
Again, yeah, you are right. Eventually, it's just better off in keeping this AK held. And they won't be pushed up B this time, I can tell you that much. Over anything beyond that doesn't really help your case, and this is just the Sharks looking real good at the start of this game.
Yep. They had something to worry about. The window boost timing is perfect. Will Koala be ready for it? Doesn't look like it, and he's going to go down at the hands of Luchov. And with Timo up here in window, the rotations are seriously cut off, as there's the kill onto Doc.
This round is so weird, too, because it looked like originally Bestia were going to cheat toward A, but now that they know Timo could potentially be coming around, or at least one person, RDN at least has an early warning of what's to come. However, he has to do it against 4 different players, 3 of them taking 1v1s on the site. You said it earlier, it didn't feel like they recognized he had the bomb. Well, here's another one of those cases, and Timo's going to run into market, give a headshot to RDN. And maybe a slight window of opportunity. You see Gafolo sprinting back in from catwalking around that the Sharks may have called off dead until that kill from RDN. And it is only Deagles on the other end, so it's not unwinnable. It's maybe the utility that makes this a bit more dicey than it has to be. Seeing a player crossing back from bench, RDN still trying to find another one of these juicy 1v1 wins. An unknown man in the middle of the site, though, things get a little pestery. I don't know how you expect this from Cassin. In fact, I don't think you ever will. On 9 HP, he has a kit, but what's really still not working in his favor is the time, considering there's so many pillars Cassin could be playing around. He has no intentions on actually taking this duel, so even though the kill comes in, it's just $1 short and a day late. He'll go down with the bomb, and Bestia will finally get back up and running. And that's still not changed. That's not the showings of a team who's going to qualify for the major.
Right now.
Oh, and it's the bomb!
Yeah, bomb down. So they know the play is coming out towards A. They don't actually have any players in the site. They're all going to be coming through the connector and towards CT. Smokes are in. Damage is done. And you know what? Sharks are looking okay for this one. A, one of the, as I say that, of course, RDN gets absolutely destroyed by Timo. He has been awake so far this game, and Gafolo seemingly clueless to the push, and Sharks were in such a good spot. Look at this loot chop through the smoke. Another headshot. Sharks were set up perfectly fine for the retake, and instead, all of a sudden, Bestia get all the kills, and Nyx is running for his life.
I don't even know if he's going to get away with this. Everybody chasing him down is low, sure, but I mean, when you put so much presence against the op, when you run him down with 3 players, it's kind of hard to hang on to. However, they've split up. So right now, it is just isolated 1v1s. And Nyx is sitting in kitchen. They're trying to distract for him. It seems he's weary of this dreaded underpass push. Oh, but that's going to hurt. Feels like now he's going to start to panic, peeking toward under. Nice shot on Cassin. Only one more required in order to hang on, and I think Thomason's going to take his chances running it down. Nice shot connected again. And this one's a lot more all-in. Bestia, instead of sending a lurker on one side or another, they're going to test the waters of B, somewhere they haven't really gone yet. Completely foreign ground, and they've already seen 2 RDN. Yet to see his anchoring abilities really put to the test, and this time won't be the greatest of showings. Immediately dropped with only 1 trade back from the market player in Koala. Doc now running in, trying to make ends meet, but eating the bullets of a Mac 10 doesn't really help your case, and within 20 seconds, we see Sharks calling a save.
I'm thinking right now, if someone on Bestia is telling them, like, hey, guys, maybe we don't chase so hard this time. Maybe we try to hold on to some of our guns. Just a little bit.
I don't think you're listening, man. I think they got their AirPods in or something. I don't think they can hear you.
Well, Thomason has quite a bit of money now.
Again, Sharks have a lot of info all over the board. RDN feels no pressure toward B. They've fully cleared mid at this point. I believe they've actually walked back in Cat. Or maybe not, because still eyes attended toward Connector. Eventually that'll change when all these pieces of utility come raining out into the A site. Plenty of time left. That's not of concern, and I almost wonder if that one was meant to go under back. Luchov has to double check and clear, but the smokes provide a clear path into getting a bomb plant. Now as one gets blown open, and Khan, the calamity of South America, strikes for the first.
These nades open on the smoke are actually costing the CTs their lives. They're nading them open to try to catch Bestia running across the site, but it's cost them lives and damage. And now, if you're Sharks, this might just be the save call. Yeah, they're going to back up. Thomason, he wants to hunt, though. Look at this. Now, this is what's good about the Mac 10.
This is what's going to go Koala's angle, or so I thought, until he peeks out and just eats a fistful of AK bullets. This is getting problematic. The op might even get run down. Nyx has to worry. Everybody has their knife pulled out. The SMG doesn't stick around. Nyx just left out to die. The biggest gun for Sharks. They can't afford to reinvest that. And now look at Bestia. Thomason, he doesn't want the op. He just doesn't want to let them get back in and get it.
That's crazy that nobody turned around. The rifle and the MP9 didn't turn around to help Nyx get out with the op.
I think that's where you start to see Sharks panic a little bit. You see Koala start backing away, not really wanting to take fights in jungle. You see CT players backing away, not wanting to give Bestia anymore. And it also seems like Bestia know this is chaotic. Look at how fast they're about to go into A.
Oh, yeah. And they just want to keep speeding up. No stop. Full molly. Blind. Doc is dead once again. And Bestia, they've isolated this A site as an issue for the Sharks. There's never more than one player playing on the site, and he is playing dedicated under balcony with zero support.
Not the showings of a great A-hold. We'll say that. RDN, I could say he's looking good on the SMG, though. 3 headshots on the MP9, and the Sharks are bailed out. It's a 2-on-3. Cassin's off. He needs to speak up, and it does for a couple. They now know where he lies. It's Koala's MP9 at long range taking a fight against the most unlikely of weapons. Cassin, no! You can't be losing a round like this. 2 layup shots and the Glock tries to run him down, not knowing if he's on the bomb or not. Here's the tank through the smoke. So it's one narrowly avoided, but that could have absolutely crumbled. Sharks feel uneasy. Koala hearing footsteps pitter-patter around mid. He wants to take matters into his own hands, but almost ends up giving himself away. A couple peeks come through. Con with Doc exchanging blow for blow. And now they need to help out Gofoyo. He's stuck in under balcony. We've seen him here a couple of times get caught out, and it seems again that's going to happen. It's just Nyx, the only man left to stop them from getting into A. Stuck in CT spawn, but they at least have a 2-on-2. So the final pieces of utility being targeted toward the jungle cross. Still escape with the bomb, but not with even numbers or even the round. Nyx through the box collects. And the Sharks finally get back on the ball.
A lot of util missing for Bestia. A couple upgraded guns missing from the Sharks' point of view. As, again, they've set up into this slow default. 2 players towards A means that the plan here for Bestia is once again to try to split into that A site through connector, potentially with a window boost. That has worked for them previously in the game as Gafolo goes back to his patented spot. Luchov has the molly out. Thomason takes down the offer. So now Gafolo's again by himself. Molly is spreading, but Doc is here to save the day. The con split is in, but Thomas takes down Gafolo. Big double from Doc. He needed that. That's his 3rd of the round. Smoke's going to come in to try to isolate him and actually went a little bit too deep. So the support here, Koala and Doc have a decent little crossfire. Is going to go down though.
Tapping through Doc, he knows. Adds on to his already impressive stat sheet for the round. So far, he's done everything we called upon him for the Sharks coming into this game. And it looks like he's answered and delivered at the exact time the Sharks need. However, now the pressure's taken off of his shoulders and thrusted onto that of RDN and Koala, or maybe just Koala, as they immediately spot that flank coming from ramp. This is a round Sharks had no business losing. Koala, desperate spams. It's 18 HP total, but the crossfire's stronger. And Bestia, after a slow start, put together 7 rounds and have a great first half.
Or the graphic on the top will be fixed very short. Yeah, of course, there it is. Incredible speed from the production team once again. As Thomason, he wants to get aggressive. He's going to find a bunch of waiting Sharks, and Doc gushes his teammate. Thomason kills him and gets away with his life, and that is heartbreaking.
And the Sharks, it almost felt like off of them getting a pick, wanted to go out B. Now look at them starting to go back away and go into A, somewhere else, anywhere, honestly. This is a big gamble, just hoping that rotations favor them, but I'm sure that when Nazi doesn't see anything, they're not going to call for these rotates. 43 seconds, and Sharks, what they thought was maybe the most genius call they've made, might be the biggest blunder, because outruns Doc, solo, untradeable. The bomb's still trying to get its way into the site, but at this point, Thomason, he's bought enough time for the rotate and then some. So every kill so far, to his credit, even on for the ace, the dualies confident as ever. I thought he'd peek out for it, then realized he's at 2 HP. Still won't change the fact that this is Bestia's round to drop, and after Luchov spots the last, feels like it'll only be a matter of time until that's actually put to paper.
You know, Timo with dualies on short here actually isn't quite the gun you would want. This is very winnable for RDN, but Luchov, immediate headshot, shuts that down right away.
This looks way better. Bestia looked like a completely different team, if I'm being quite frank. Ever since 4-1, it feels like Sharks are playing their game. And here comes Thomason's MP9, already on a hot streak, and I cursed it, didn't I? Because out B they go, and they got an SMG. Yikes. Ooh.
But the important thing about caster cursing is that it has to be genuine. You know, you can't force a caster curse. It has to be genuine. And you were very genuine in your analysis there, and unfortunately, it's your fault now that Bestia are losing this round. But there's still a chance for them to win this one. Flash is going to come in from Noxy. Timo wants to go through the smoke, pre-firing the player in short. Does get the kill. Now, wait a minute. They've spotted a second. Cassin's here to help. There's 3 quick ones. Nix and Doc answer back with 1 apiece, and they know exactly where the final man is, but they do not have the kit. They do have a smoke, however, and Cassin needs to stop this cross. He takes a bad line, and he dies because of it. Nox has to get off, and this is going to be so tight. I don't think he has it.
I don't think he has it.
It's going to be so close, but I don't think he has it. It's coming right down to the wire. No pun intended. Right on the bomb, and there they go. Sharks once again convert the second round off of losing the pistol.
Right now, it looks like Bestia don't really have any intentions on changing that around. With their own second round forced by, this feels like more of a gamble than anything. However, that gamble has not paid off. How's that for a casino? They've actually given so much time for Bestia to rotate. They'll see the MP9 crossover, but I think the main issue right now is that there's only one person coming out of Palace. There's only one person actually attacking A from A, and this 5-7 gets room to fly out. Same with the players in CT. They're giving ample opportunities for this scout to potentially take a head off in a 1v1, get tagged, set up for the pistols, and with 26 seconds, you are going to reroute. Now has to be that time. Look at all the damage. Oh my God, what just happened?
Everybody died all at once. Sharks again, they're hesitating. They're going very slowly. Bomb is still deep. Thomason's going to walk right up mid and get behind these short players. The question is, do they get around the corner before he gets here, or are they too far away for him to get the double kill? He spots one. The spray is a bit panicked. It's forced, but now they have the information. It's the B split.
Timo lines him up. Couple heads. rocked and dropped. Same with the person on catwalk. All this damage dealt. All of it set up for the youngster to potentially get an ace in his first of the MRQ. They hear this MP9 sprinting up from the flank. Noxy there to support his new recruit. And Bestia could not have made it look easier. Even though those rounds can get scary, man, right? Because two of you push through ramp and you're screaming, delay, delay, delay.
The shots were too easy for him. He made them look easy, but Sharks made it easy on him.
And now it's just a prayer for the Sharks. 3 and 2 split. They've got him coming up mid. They've got him coming out A, but Noxy has completely negated that mid prong of approach, and now it's 3 players desperate to get out of Palace and Ramp, 2 of which have already crept into Sandwich, leaving the task of making sure Valk is clear to their player in Palace, but Koala doesn't get out in time. Again, it's a little too late, and the Sharks hesitate just too much on that T side for Bestia to not take that map.
And last round, it was a potential Timo ace. 3 players making their way down secret with the bomb. 2 players here in Squeaky, though. RDN is going to be able to get that flank off. The question is he going to get spotted by Cassin? He is, but he's going to land the headshot. Sharks opening up the pistol round very well here on what is their map pick. Thomason with a quick trade. Oh, everything's coming up Sharks right now.
He put so much emphasis on Cassin doing maybe God's work at the top of Mini, getting 1, maybe 2 kills, buying for time, but the second he gets decimated, it feels like it's a long shot for Bestia, having to run up the vents, come back in from Mini, go through heaven. Surely the Sharks don't lose the second round, right?
They would never.
Don't worry, it wasn't genuine.
Couple AKs brought in. Koala finds Timo. It is the force buy here from Bestia as well. Hassan actually takes down Doc. That was a man on top of the silo. Aggressive from Thomason. He gets the dink off on Gafolo as well. So a little bit of damage done. Koala and Gafolo both tagged up a bit. Nix is the one man. AK full armor. And look at this. This is going to be the double ramp walk, and that's exactly where the Sharks are waiting. 2 players here inside lobby. Gafolo is just 1 headshot from an MP9 away. Going down, he turns at the worst possible time. Gets it. Oh, Koala's the one who actually gets punished for it. Fake the runaway as well. Is going to bait Gafolo. Luchov is going to have his chance once again.
They're just waiting. I mean, they imagine Bestia keep the aggression going, but at this point, that Scout is just better off. Even just sidelining Gafolo. I thought maybe the trade would come in, but no. No help needed, and now Nyx has to pick up the torch. Maybe not performing the way you would like to see an Opera in the series or events so far, but maybe with an AK in hand, that can change around. Given enough liberties to go down to the B site and ensure a plant, but other than that, he'll have to fight his way out of this very awkward situation. AK in hand, trade may be delivered or not. It took him a second. Cassin locks it down, of all people, coming down the vents with a Scout. Eventually, you have Doc and Gafolo starting to work their way behind that previously thrown smoke, but other than that, I don't really think they're going to get very much further with it. Still needs to blow them open when Bestia want to take a peek and a look in, but Flashes assist them in getting down to that lower site, so a plan may be secured. All depends. A 1-for-1 trade, really not what you're looking for, but there are people at the scene of the crime for Bestia, so it's not like you're going to go in unanswered, or maybe you will if you go back to A because they've just dropped Thomason.
When it's really not good. I think they know Noxy's inside of lobby as well. Timo's hearing everything. They definitely know Noxy's here. He's able to get 1, though. The in-game leader is battling back ever so slightly. Nade does a ton of damage onto Gafolo, but he can't make the play forward. There's a man waiting for him right here. Flash. Oh, it's going to get him swung. Second one's going to blind his teammate, but he gets the kill regardless. Timo, how do you plan on coming up the vent here, my friend? Not very well. And the back and forth nature of this game continues. Cassin seems aware the man's going to be on top of Hut, but it's not going to matter. Massive round from Koala. The double tech 9 kill sets them up.
These 2 players walk up. I believe it's Thomason and Timo. Don't entirely like the MP9 being the one to do that job, but I digress. There's Luchov, M4 first kill.
You know what? Bestia are doing it again. There's 2 kills. Damage is done to Nyx. Finally, the Molly's going to push Noxy forward, but look at this. The M4 of Luchov. He's tucked. Flash is going to not do enough, and it's Koala. Has to be a hero. He got 3 in the last round. He's going to need 3 more here to win this one, but with 35 seconds left, The bomb not within reach. It looks like he's just trying to hold on to the AK. And again, it goes back the other way.
We all hung out, and he said, "Man, I'm such a high roller. I'll go into a casino with $300 and walk out up 20."
Oh, yeah.
I keep laughing at him for it, man. I can't stop. Oh!
Ooh, there you go, Timo. Get your ecos, buddy.
Gotta get the neeks.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait, I
Hey,
actually
not
really
that
don't like
badly.
this.
You don't need to get ecos that badly. Relax, Casson. Relax.
How else is he gonna get activated? That sheet has to represent something. Luchov, come on, these eeks ain't for you either. Oh no, oh no, oh my god, I thought that flash was just gonna sideline him. But Luchov barely
Almost.
peeks off it in time. Lock stock into ramp. They know he has to be here. Somebody threw that flash. Unless the hash slinging slasher did it, in which case you're not catching him.
Oh, wow. You know what? This is becoming dangerous. Doc is low HP, but even still, 3 kills is pretty significant.
The way Casson's played these rounds, the places he started and the places he'll go, it hasn't really felt like opping angles around Unbreakable, not really in Garage, not really in Heaven. But now we see that change as he walks all the way up to the red bin.
Oh, and here they go. It's the outside grenades coming in. Casson does get his first. Ooh, that was a quick trade from RDM, though. Credit where credit's due. That was a fast shot as Luchov. He's in a tough spot. Follow trades, but look at all the support out here. There's still a man down in secret. Ooh, Nade is going to be eaten by RDN. 26 damage done. No, Thomason has a chance to activate. He's re-aggressing on the red box. There's one. He knows there's a second man out here. Gafolo has gotten a couple kills. 1 kill in this round more specifically. And he's looking for him, and what a shot from Thomason. The crosshair placement's perfect. The reaction time, superb. And it's Koala.
Stuck in a 1v3 and stuck in an even worse spot. I don't know how you get into the site, but a first kill like that could be the way until you realize everybody's here. I never thought about the irony of having a koala on the Sharks, but I guess there's got to be a fun fact somewhere in it, right? But now even though they throw it back in his hands, I'm still a bit worried. 6-2 though. Rifles come back out, and the Sharks try to put some more oomph behind this buy. That's a good way to do it. Koala with the first kill on Noxy, traded by Kaysen, who now fields control of lobby, but this is usually where the Sharks operate from, having outside control, and here comes RDN.
Now, they'll know this is an option. The man in back of Garage should have been communicating this, but Timo... Oh, no. Oh, no. The play is good. They know that there's 3 down secret, though, and everybody's here. Casa needs to come up massive, and he can't. It's just Luchov. They know exactly where he is, and the Sharks pick up their 3rd.
So,
yeah, he'll be on 55, so he'll be able to get op light armor next round if they really want to. But then he won't have any utility. So it's one of those trade-offs.
Just the way Bestia want to play it. But they'll have a whole round to think about it, considering it is just the pistols. Already dropping Timo's Deagle. They've handed it to Luchov, who, after a quiet performance on map 1, seems to be one of the stars here. His 12th comes in. Noxy even making it a little more interesting, but after he gets traded and he's felled, I don't really think there's much more of a lifeline for Bestia unless it comes from the recovered Deagle of Luchov right now exploring the venture toward outside. Will make his way into A for a mini. There's a lot of 1v1s. Wherever you look, everywhere the eye can see, there is a potential 1v1 duel to be had. And Luchov even looked good to find the head, but 2 body shots. Now it gets even more interesting. 66 HP. They don't opt to walk in just yet. RDN is here trying to find that trade. Tag to 85. Shouldn't matter too much, but Luchov's trying to beat him, trying to get around this rotation and maybe catch them off guard, going down to B early. If they go down the vents, maybe thinking he's still on A, he's primed and ready to maybe have a huge clutch on his hands.
Love the play from Luchov. It looks like he's going to get a little bit unlucky as they are going to dedicate to the A site, but you can totally see the thought process. They knew he was on A. They knew he was towards main. So by going down into B, you're gambling that they're just going to drop down and essentially go to the, quote, free bomb site. This time around, Sharks make the right read. They planted back site, so he should be okay.
Oh,
Unless they shoot him with their bullets.
there's only one place he can save, right? I mean, so this makes the most sense to be clearing. He could technically save CT
spawn.
but...
I would have gone T spawn if I was him personally, but that's just me, you know. I mean, which one?
Talking about how you've been saying the view model stuff for years.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, I've had that going for how long? Since 2015, I've been rocking that. Now all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Wow, look at this crazy new view model everyone's doing."
He wants his damn credits.
I don't want my credit. I just don't want people to pretend it's new. I don't care if people give me credit or not. Just don't pretend it's a new thing.
Nothing new in this round. Just trades going back and forth, and nobody really coming out the victor of it. Or maybe it's Sharks, depending on the way you see it, because map is kind of open season for Sharks. They have lobby, they have outside, Bestia not really contending for much, and you can't really afford to either, considering the circumstances. But you're about to give over to 3-on-2, because Nazi is caught lacking with his knife out. Kassen's push, useless, and now Luchov again thrusted into the clutch, this time more unwinnable with a gun.
And you know, unfortunately for Bestia here, this is looking a little bit more like what we saw in the first couple games of the tournament, where you've got the... Wow. I was about to say the Luchov show, and then we unfortunately witnessed that right there.
They're about to participate in a ramp hit with two players in defense. Timo not in the most uncommon of angles, but we baited in for well if Noxy reins in the right shots. I'd imagine this will still be checked. Big job here is just to get one set up for this player trying to rotate in from hell. There's the jump spot. There's the MP9 stepping in. And there's the Deagle with a couple of back turns, Scout combining. And this essentially turns into an op, I believe, onto Nyx, who hits a couple great shots.
Oh my god, this guy's going to drive me insane. Kassen, he's in such good opportunities consistently to put up big performances.
Oh my god.
And it's the over peaks, the wrong fights. Oh, Thomason, you can see the idea. He knew Doc was behind him, but just down the vent he goes. Bomb is going to be planted on B, and the question for Thomason is, can he get here fast enough to actually take this fight? Oh, Doc gave it to him. Oh wow, they're giving him this round. They're begging him to win it. He has a smoke for the bomb as well. He's going to drop it on the door since there's already one inside of the site. Needs to get a tap off on this bomb to try to pull that peak. Now here's the problem with smoke from the door is now what a shot from Thomason. The headshot angle, the spray is perfect, and Thomason takes the round against Doc to give Bestia 7. What is going to happen on map number 2? Again, if Bestia win this half, they will be going through to that final elimination game, or potentially the final winning game, because if you win, you do qualify for the Blast TV Austin Major. And right now, Luchov starts us off with the opening pick onto Doc, and that is the start that Bestia would have wanted, as Koala has to just run down into B. RDN's making his rotations clear as well, so Thomason's right behind him.
He's got a hot hand. He was looking good come the end of that first half. Oh my god, what is going on? Dude, this game continues to be mess after mess, and we still don't have a clear-cut victor. A 4-on-2 on the pistol, and I honestly think Bestia overcooked it a little bit. They go back up to A, through hell, give more opportunities for the players on site, and now that angle that Thomason once held, nowhere near as strong. Bomb recovered in both scene and ram, so Bestia have that bit of information going for them. But when this bomb goes down, health favors the CTs.
And bomb is going to get planted on A, but Kassen, he's worried about the lobby push, and rightfully so, as Koala's making his way there right now. Luchov has now cleared heaven, so he can pass that information over. And yeah, he's going to have to plant on the back of the site. I actually, low-key, would have preferred a front site plant, because you're essentially telling the CTs that Luchov is inside of heaven now with that bomb plant, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's all about hitting the shots at the end of the day. It is a pistol round. All information known now. All 4 players spotted, and Luchov loses his life. Kassen needs to come up massive, but he just can't do it. Back-to-back USP headshots means Sharks claim their second pistol of this game. And Bestia, they're all tucked in the back of red. A lot of pressure being applied towards A. RDN is waiting, though, in the vent, and so that calls for the cancel from Thomason. He spots him, he tags him. They're down secret, but so are the CTs. 2 of them already here, and this is going to be chaos. Timo gets it, and Thomason trades it back as well. There's a 3rd player down. How can they expect it? 3 players inside of secret for the CTs. They know where Nyx is, but they have control of the B-bomb site. What are they doing?
Nyx in the vents. You know what? I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like that.
It's terrifying.
In a 1v2, right, it's a terrifying angle to take because it's so hard to double peek, and I don't even think they really did. very, very alarmed as to what's in store for the Sharks, because after that molly is thrown, there's pretty much nothing stopping Bestia from doing whatever they so please. They're going to take some Mariah aim duels. There's that last molly. 40 seconds to go. And what do the Sharks have to show for it? No kills, no util, no map control, and not a lot of hope as there's even a player sneaking through CT spawn, trying to deal with the backstab of Nyx and successfully landing. So now they're going to reroute to A with a second kill on the floor.
Oh,
this feels like it might be written in the stars. Koala, good trade, but you're right. That molly might lock him out.
Definitely frozen the rotations temporarily. Bomb is going to go down. They have the man inside of lobby. That's Noxy. Ramp player is also... Ooh, so he's come up the ramp, and he's going to be walking towards lobby. Noxy has to be aware of this. The teammate towards the second vent here is going to make a big difference, but this lobby flank, Anthren, that's going to be the big one. Koala, 40 HP. Noxy's looking at it. Luchov makes noise, gets caught out by RDN. Play from heaven here as Cassin. Nox peeks out. He can't get the double spray. Bestia were in the position to win the round, but the Sharks hit the shot, and they keep on fighting. It's a great call from Bestia, too. Everything macro-wise was perfect. Outside smokes. Second outside smokes to fake. Main smoke in the mid-round to pull the rotation towards A. Walk out ramp. Get the pick. Like, everything was perfect from Bestia until that final 3-on-3. Oh, he looks away!
God, no way, Luchov! Dude, a half second later in this round is so much different. No. Not again. Cassin, great clear. Takes one bullet to the chest, but it's a worthwhile trade for equalizing it to a 4-on-4. And the Sharks, what's their next move? I mean, they're moving all over the place. Looks like they want to do something.
Well, the Sharks stop breathing if they're not moving. It's another fun animal fact for you. So they are progressing up into heaven. And look at Timo. I mean, what a spot he's in. He doesn't know, but he has a free kill down to his left. He's about to find it. There it is. Koala jump scare, and he fell straight out of the tree. As the play comes in through main, they know both of them are on the A site now, but with one close to the vent, this is a tough call to make. They're running it right down to B, but the rotation's going to be in. Doc is already here, and they do not have numbers.
Gotta lock this down. Gotta get this trade. Doc swinging out. Just not enough bullets in the A1S. And the second spotted. What the hell is happening? Timo up at A. Tries to stop the round before it can even really get jump started. But Thomason, what the... He has to go all the way up to get the bomb. Fully sticks it. Here's Gaffolo running down. They go AK for AK in the duel. And out swings Gaffolo. But down he goes. It felt like last round should have been theirs. But they'll take it in the following to keep that lead strong. And it's now stuck them with 4 MP9s. Their chances of the major dwindling, and 5 chances for Bestia to advance to again being 1 best-of-3 away for the 4th time. Koala doesn't want to let that happen just yet, though, as a second man spotted shoulder-wise peeking in from hell. Nobody giving anything more than they have to except for Koala, who's ready to put this team on his back when they call upon it. 4-on-2. And it's not like they're going to give up, but they might want to. Timo has an opportunity to get down to the lower side, but they're running him down. There's no way you're getting a plant out of that. Sharks. I guess the gloves come off when the MP9s come out, and you said, I don't know if you back him to win 5 gun rounds in a row. Guess what? That's the outcome they're going to have to look at.
That's the main talking point there. If he had switched to the center view model, he sees Koala re-peeking bottom ramp and potentially gets that insta trade. Now, ooh, they run it back. The run it back strat. They get into the ramp. They get the kill onto Koala. Nyx gets one, but he's damaged. Timo, too low HP to run through that molly. As now they all freeze on the ramp.
Both teams have done this. I mean, if you're Sharks, I feel like you'd be crazy to over-rotate down lower off of that. I love that point you made because it did kind of feel like if Timo had the health to play with, he was absolutely going to run down Nyx and hell.
Oh, and he probably should. If he had any decent amount of HP, he absolutely should have been going through there.
Going through a smoke instead, maybe not the greatest of ideas. Still gray screens trying to find the trade, eventually do. But the damage is done. They put it to a 2-on-3. The worries of yesteryear stay in it. And now with 13 health to his name, Luchov again is the one thrusted into this clutch. It feels like every time I say that, it's more unwinnable. But maybe one of them will turn on its head, especially with one clicked off of Gafoyo. Where does he go? 46 seconds. It'd be quite the long-winded save. So he sees better elsewhere and running up outside. But this might be heard by RDN.
It looks like it was. Yeah, absolutely was. As he's going to turn around, Luchov has absolutely no clue, and he delivered the bomb straight to RDN. Very nice of him. Good point.
Surely
Making
they don't
good
expect the
points,
same
Anthony.
strat 4 times in a row. I mean, I'm just saying.
Expect everything.
I'm a free agent, technically.
Ooh.
Coach me up. I'll give you the worst calls of your life. Oh, but I'll give you better ones than that. Dry peeking and op is certainly not going to go well for you. And there's your top fragger gone. The one guy who might have given you the round alone, Bestia, is not here.
Well, the Sharks have fought back, that's for sure, but Timo is not done fighting. As the flash is going to push him off. Missed shot from Nyx. She legs him. Maybe tagged him through the railing. Look at that timing from Thomason. The swing and the headshot, and there is no CTs here to defend it. 2 players down secret. Nyx in heaven. One of the secret players down, and this is the Bestia round they needed. And oh, look at the lurk. It's a quick flick, but the damage is done. Anthran, what is Sharks going to do here?
I don't know, especially now that RDN's gone. You know where Nyx is. You know exactly what he's doing. You know exactly what he's got. And at this point, there's really no world that the Sharks pull this one off, is it? Doesn't seem like Bestia want to give him an inch, let alone a way back into the round. They've got an HG. They can even place it proper onto his head and take the game just like that. But instead, they'll outshoot him, they'll outgame them, and they'll out-aim them for a 2-0 victory, sending Bestia to a qualification match for the Austin Major.